Hello everybody. I know it's been a while since you've seen my face on the channel, but you know, life happens, life comes in between sometimes. And please know that we have all been trying to get together and, you know, to make a video for you guys. The three of us. But, you know, life happens, and it's with the time difference that we, the three of us have, it's kind of hard to find a day and time that fits, but please know that we're at least trying, okay? Great. Because we do have a lot of video ideas for you guys, so hopefully we'll be able to get together and to make a video for you guys, or videos for you guys in the near future. But for now, it's just gonna be me. And to be honest, I never thought I'd be making this video, but here we are. And I'm going to talk about the most problematic fan in the Manson community, and the most toxic fan in the Manson community. Because as well, okay, I'm not gonna mention any names or anything. I'm just gonna call her Evan 2.0. I think most of you will know who I'm talking about, but Evan 2.0. I'm not going to mention any real names here. As some of you may know, or a lot of you may know actually, this Evan 2.0 has been continuously harassing Manson's wife, people that don't support him, and people that do support him, and now she's going after his legal team, and she's just making these bizarre claims as, you know, per usual. Like, she's constantly saying that Evan Rachel Wood is a pedophile without any solid evidence. Like, she's basing this crap off of the stupid animations from the mockumentary Phoenix Rising. And to be honest, I find that very, very, very stupid. Because, you know, speak of the devil, she's been going at me and one of my friends all day today. So that's... She has no hobby, she has no life. Sweet fucking Jesus. And also, this girl has had her account removed twice, but she has a third account, not thinking that that account can be taken down as well. And she's, you know, still doing the classic Evan 2.0 kind of thing, still harassing people. She's just not going to stop until, you know, she's forced to stop. And I find that to be a very sickening thing. And it's very toxic, and honestly it's very narcissistic, because this person doesn't like it when someone holds a mirror in front of her face to show her who she really is and what she's really like. She doesn't like it. And that annoys the living shit out of me, and probably everyone else. And not only that, but, you know, as you all know, she has harassed Lindsay for at least a year and a half, but some people that have talked to me before says that the hatred started long before, you know, Evan Rachel Wood released her statement. So it started long before that, apparently. Now that's just talk, so I don't know if that's true, but I wouldn't be surprised. But either way, she's been, going on harassing Lindsay, attacking her, when she's gonna come out as a fake victim and blah blah blah. She even took a photo of a bruise that Lindsay has around her eye, out of context. Saying that she's gonna be a fake victim and whatnot, when she doesn't even know what actually happened before that picture was taken. Okay? And she has also taken leaked texts between Johnny Depp and Manson out of context, because these texts were, as usual, taken out of context by the media to fit their narrative. And to be honest, that in itself is very stupid, and her actually believing this isn't, well, it's not too smart. But either way, she uses those texts as proof of Lindsay being an abuser, because Manson calls her an Amber 2.0. Okay. Now I haven't been in a relationship, so I'm not an expert, but I do know that even when you're in a relationship, and no matter how much you love your partner, you will step on each other's toes, you will fight, and you will vent to your friends, and you will act like drama queens sometimes. That's just the reality. That's just how it is in the real world. So, to me personally, those texts, they don't prove anything to me. They're not exactly, it's not exactly evidence of Lindsay being an abuser or whatnot. And not only that, but she has also, harassed, sort of, more or less, harassed Manson's legal team. Stating that she's a lawyer and whatnot, and saying that she has more proof that could help with his case than his legal team does, and she calls his legal team weak, and therefore she doubts his legal team, and saying that Manson having this legal team isn't a very smart move. Dude. Manson has had this legal team, or at least Howard King, for at least a decade. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's had at least Howard for a very, very, very long time. So obviously, Manson really trusts Howard. And he really trusts his legal team, as he should. Okay? And, just in his first lawsuit that he filed against Evan and Ilma, he had a shit ton of evidence. Just that alone, that is a shit ton of evidence. And I don't think that questioning and doubting and calling his legal team weak, and then harassing his legal team and saying that she would do a better job than his legal team because she has more evidence than his legal team. I don't think that's a very smart move, because that's not helping the case, that's actually tanking the case. I was just being very brief about the legal team and Lindsay, her harassing them. But on top of that, she has also harassed fans. And she also absolutely despises Dita for, removing her statement after the allegations were first made public. Sorry. So, she thinks Dita is a fake and she supports the accusers and whatnot, which she doesn't. Okay, Dita doesn't support the accusers. She's neutral. And I'm gonna tell a not so fun story, but at some point on one of my accounts, I posted that I was listening to a Motionless in White song. And then, out of the blue, she comes into my DMs and says that it's not a good idea to listen to Motionless in White because their lead singer Chris doesn't support Manson. Now, Chris Motionless, he's a grown adult, he's a grown man, he can support whoever the fuck he wants to support. Okay? And if he doesn't want to support Manson, then that's fine. That is none of our business. So it certainly isn't any of your business, and it's not any of my business. Okay? Good. Because, his band is still a great band. They still make great music. They still stand for great things. And they're still lovely people, so I'm not gonna stop listening to their music, and I'm not gonna stop supporting Chris just because he doesn't support Manson. But then again, this was in the beginning of, when everything was just released. All the statements had just been released. So, he probably didn't know a whole lot at the time, and he probably still doesn't because, he's a busy man, because he has a band, and, there's constant touring, interviews, PR, recording albums, all that kind of stuff. So the man is busy and therefore probably doesn't know a whole lot even now. So therefore, he probably didn't know a whole lot back then when all this crap started. So, to be honest, I'm not mad at him for, hopping on this bandwagon, for not supporting Manson, because it doesn't make me any less of a fan. It doesn't make me listening to Motionless in White, doesn't make me any less of a fan. And if anyone else in this Manson fandom listens to Motionless in White, which I'm sure a lot of people do, it doesn't make them any less of a fan of Manson. I know, crazy, right? And one other thing, while we're still on this topic, I think we all remember when Marilyn Manson called Kiss 4 gay dudes in Halloween costumes.
These are 4 gay dudes in Halloween costumes.
And Paul Stanley was not happy about that. He has hated Manson ever since, and that was 5 years ago. And he slammed Manson in one of his tweets, calling him pathetic and whatnot. And I still support Kiss. I still love Kiss. I still listen to Kiss music. I still love Paul. I still support Paul. I still listen to his music. I still listen to his, him being in Kiss. I still listen to his solo material. And I still listen to his soul project that he has outside of Kiss. Does that make me any less of a fan of Manson because, Paul Stanley hates him? That is just beyond ridiculous. So, that was a fun story. That was a really fun story, wasn't it? And on top of that, she has also gone after a ton of YouTubers. I'm not going to name any of them, but she's gone after a ton of YouTubers. You know, doubting all of them because apparently she has so much more evidence than they do. Which, no, she doesn't. She doesn't. She would like to think she does, but she doesn't. And she's just continuously harassing people on social media. No matter, it doesn't fucking matter who they are. Or if they support Manson or not, she's still gonna harass you. Especially if you're like me and, dares to question her and dares to call her out on her bullshit. I need a drink. There. Much better. And to finish this rant off, I'm just going to say that if Evan 2.0 actually sees this, which I highly doubt that she will, but you never know. If you see this, don't be a fucking shitbag, okay? Stop being such a shitbag. Oh, I love that. I just invented a new word and I fucking love it. Anyways. Just stop. Harassing Lindsay, harassing Manson's legal team, harassing people, YouTubers and fans and anti-Manson people, Evan Rachel Wood's dance. It's not gonna help with anything. It's just gonna make you look like a lunatic. I'm just gonna be straightforward and say that it's gonna make you look like a lunatic. Well, you already look like a lunatic, but whatever. Doing these things and saying the things that you say about these people, it's not gonna make you look any better. Not that you're ever gonna learn, but just letting you know. And if we manage to shut down 2 of your accounts, take a hint. Evan 2.0, take a hint. We don't want your bullshit on social media. If you have opinions, then that's fine. But keep your jealousy and hatred to yourself or spread it elsewhere because we do not want to see it. Nobody wants to see it. Because if you keep up with this shit, if you keep slandering people, if you keep bullying people, if you keep harassing people, no matter who they are, you will be shut down a 3rd time, and trust me when I say that trying to get up an account after being shut down 3 times under the same name, it's not easy. It's not as easy as it looks. So you can try, but I'm just saying, this account may be shut down too. Oh, and one more thing. About this hashtag Evan Pitta Wood. What evidence do you have to prove that Evan is a pedophile? Because you haven't shown any, and I know that if you had any evidence, you would have been so eager to post it. You really would, but no one has seen anything. And don't say that you can't post it, because if you would have had it, again, you would have been very eager to post it. Not just about as eager to post it as this Lander's post about Lindsay. Or any YouTuber, or anyone else for that fucking matter. Oh. And you know, this animation thing, you know, this octopus thing from this stupid documentary is not exactly proof of her being a pedophile. It's just in your imagination, in your head, in your fantasy world. Because nobody else sees it. Nobody else sees Evan as a pedophile because of that. It's just you. And you know, even though I hate Evan with all of my being, until there's any solid evidence to back up what you're saying, you know, her being a pedophile, I refuse to believe that she is a pedophile. I refuse to believe that, and a lot of other people refuse to believe that. The only one believing in what you're saying about Evan being a pedophile is you. And probably your minions too, but hey, what the fuck do I know? Okay, so, well, this was a bit longer than I expected it to be, but I had a lot on my chest about Evan 2.0.